go to public school now, but my final year of middle school, 8th grade, was spent in a preparatory academy. They were kind of forward-thinking, with small classes and 6th, 7th, and 8th graders all in the same classes. I used this to my advantage when I pulled pranks. They always thought it was a younger kid or boy when things went missing or appeared on the ceiling. They also probably never thought of me because I was kind of silent, didn't have a lot of friends. I had 2 very close friends, though, and they knew all the pranks I pulled. But there was one week where I probably could have been considered the most popular girl in school. My mom's boyfriend drives delivery trucks for gas stations and drugstores, and whenever something goes expired, instead of throwing it away, they'll give it to one of the delivery men. One day he came home with 2 huge boxes filled with bags filled with vitamin C lollipops. There were 25 to a bag, and they came in orange, lemon, and grapefruit. I packed a couple for school the next day. My friend Haley, who doesn't go to school with me, has this theory that food always tastes better when you're in class. And I think it's true because as soon as I pulled out that bag of vitamin C lollipops, all these kids came rushing towards me, asking for one. At the end of homeroom, everyone had one. And then by first hour, I guess word kind of spread that I had a lot of lollipops and were just giving them away, because people I didn't even know were asking me for some. I ran out really quickly because I didn't pack that much that day and promised I would bring more tomorrow, and I did. Everyone in homeroom had one the next day, everyone in first hour, everyone in second hour, and so on, and everyone seemed pretty satisfied. But the day after, the third day, people's appetites grew, I guess, and they wanted more. So they'd finish theirs for the hour, and then they'd walk up to me while I was sitting at my desk and writing, or the teacher was lecturing, and they would ask for one. Then it became a distraction, and my homeroom teacher finally told me I could not bring them anymore. At first, it wasn't that big of a deal, and I was going to comply, but then I thought how friendly everyone was being to me and how nice everyone was being. So I decided I'd continue to do it undercover. The next day in homeroom, I brought enough and I distributed them evenly, and everyone went off to their separate classes after homeroom, and most everyone had a bag full of lollipops. Everyone knew they were coming from me. That's also when people discovered that they were expired, and most people just made jokes about it. But people still weren't satisfied, even though they were still getting the lollipops, with the undercover thing, and not too far into the day, I had the same kids coming up to me and asking me for more. I'd kind of had it, and one particularly persistent kid in my math class asked me for one, and I said, "Once you pay for it." So then I kind of had a business going. It was $1 for 3 lollipops. That's the most you could have in a day. It said specifically on the handle of the lollipop, "Do not have more than 3 a day." It was a prep school, so the kids weren't exactly hurting for money and definitely not hurting for quarters. I made about $7, but the transaction became longer because by then kids knew what flavors they liked. Crowd favorite was orange and everyone hated lemon, even me. It was taking so long to hold all the quarters and then dig around in the bag for the flavors they wanted. The teachers noticed way more, and it was an even bigger distraction than it was before. So my empire fell. And after, everything kind of went back to normal. People weren't as friendly, and nobody really cared too much, you know? And I realized that everyone was really fake. And I don't even know why I wanted them to like me so much if they're not that good of people and aren't all that interesting to begin with. And the worst thing about it all is it ruined citrus for me. I can never have another lemon, orange, or grapefruit.